Hi guys, it's just Dad Dillman. Today we will be discussing why I don't think, discussing why the fucking World Cup is in America. You know what I mean? Michigan. That's no a gesture, that's Michigan. But anywho, we'll be discussing why is it played in a country that calls it soccer. I think a lot of people are like, why is it being played there? Is it a political stunt? Stuff like that. We will be discussing all that in today's video. So if you do enjoy that, leave a like, put in post notifications, and subscribe to the channel, because Adam loves that kind of stuff. I talk a lot of shit in these videos, but I just hope you enjoy them. We're going to try and get to 200 by the end of the year. Hopefully no mishaps and breaks this time. Anywho, let's get into it. Well, just Adam, as I said, we'll be discussing the World Cup in America, the Soccer World Cup, the FIFA World Cup. Do you think it should be in America? No. I think this is maybe a political stunt. Or maybe trying to engage more Americans into football, because they're into their kind of football, and basketball, hockey, stuff like that. They're not into soccer, football as we call it over here. I think it is a political stunt. Maybe America's like, well, if we do this, maybe they'll stop calling us glory hunters. And for like teams like Man United, Liverpool, well, that's not going to happen. I don't think it's very good, because most of the footballing nations come from Europe and Asia. And just think about it, small countries having to travel to America. It is quite a financial burden on a lot of fans, and a lot of fans' seats will be given to corporate. Qatar, yes, it was hard to get to, but it was easier than America, if you get my drift. Because, well, the only thing is no alcohol in Qatar, but in America it's a bit different. We're allowed alcohol, so Scotland fans, if we get to the World Cup, they will be going after them nut. Obviously this World Cup is good in many ways, as it increases popularity in the sport, generates a lot of income for people, and it can be a good branding mechanism when it comes to sports in America in the future. They've already had the World Cup before. It was okay, to say the least. They had a Club World Cup as well. The pitches don't look great. They don't. What I've read about players talking about pitches like Cole Palmer, pitches weren't they great, but they might have Chelsea won over there, so that was good. But pitches aren't great. I mean, just imagine World Cup final. I don't know where the World Cup. I think it might be in Houston. World Cup final. Ronaldo's up to win the World Cup. Through goal. Big fucking tornado comes towards you. You meant to do? It's like stuff like that. America, especially the Central Belt, gets a lot of storms and hurricanes and fucking tornadoes and all that shit. So stuff like that is very hard to prevent. I know in other countries it's like, but there's so many countries that have never hosted a World Cup before. Like, you could have had it anywhere else. Like, might have been hard, but you could have tried maybe even China, or like Australia. Imagine an Australia World Cup. It'd be class. But America, it's just a bit. I mean, Australia call it soccer as well, but I'd say they're a bit more intertwined. You see a lot more Australian players than you'd see American players. And our national team's actually quite good. But I just don't see the point in America hosting a World Cup. Obviously Canada and Mexico are going to get a couple of games, but the majority is America. I think Mexico's getting a semi-final or a quarter. I think they're getting a quarter final. Sorry, I'm yawning, by the way. Sorry. No, but it's just a hard one. I mean, I think we'll look back on it next year and we'll see if it has, because I know America's tried to invest in their national team a lot. There was the Qatar World Cup, they qualified for it and they done quite well. I mean, they got to round of 16. They done decent. They drew against England. I mean, good result, all in. I think they're trying to grow as a football nation. I mean, if you look at, if you're an academy player, I think America is probably a good place to go, because some of their training camps, it's just out of this world for the college football. But stuff like that will help them in the future. This World Cup will benefit them as a country in regards to the sporting world, as people have all eyes on them. As we know, Americans, with anything, they like to go above and beyond. I mean, next year we'll have fucking Donald Trump walking out with the World Cup trophy to hand to whoever wins it. I'll be doing a video on that, by the way. Maybe he might be partnering with the team, because he was doing it with the Chelsea team. It was quite funny. But I think America definitely need to upgrade their pitches. They need to be aware of the storms, because like in a day's advance, just in case, like there should be one before the match saying, well, there's a possibility of storm, we might have to evacuate for that, when we might during the match. If we do, stuff like that. I don't know if they do that already, but stuff like that is going to be a big burden on the World Cup. Hopefully it won't be that much because it's in the summer, but we never know. So I know it was a wee short video today, guys, but hope you enjoyed, and if you could subscribe to the channel, leave a like, put in post notifications, and go to all my socials, just Adam, with a 1 with the second day in Adam, and goodbye.